Get your hands on the brand new Foremost Social Media Suitcase, featuring tips and content for your own social media page. Now with LinkedIn, Manta, and more. Foremost, for you. ForemostAgent.com.
Lexington Insurance is known for its innovation in the surplus lines insurance arena. Lexington President David Bresnahan says the key to innovation is client engagement, and a little luck helps too.
Yeah, I think the key for us has been client engagement. So we focus on very specific industry groups. We ask if clients from those industry groups will form an advisory board and meet with us 2 times a year. And we just simply ask them, I mean, we get feedback on our own performance for sure, but we also take the time to ask them what's keeping them up at night, what risks do they think are not being properly covered by the insurance market, and that will stimulate opportunities for us. And so I could think of 3, if you want to hear about them, I can think of 3 new products that we just announced this year that came directly out of that conversation with our clients. So one was our healthcare advisory board spending tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on getting ready for Obamacare, for electronic data medical records. And so they go out into the IT procurement market, and there are so few people that they can actually do this work for them. They find themselves constantly across the table from an IT vendor who they have no bargaining power with. And so they explain to us that in the course of negotiating these big IT projects, the IT vendor will limit the liability at $5 million, exclude consequential loss. And the hospital will think about how much money they're spending on the project and then their ability to recover if the IT vendor is negligent. And they find themselves in a situation where the IT vendor's insurance or contract will limit things here, and the hospital's exposure is way up here. So they came to us about that disconnect, and we came out with a product. We called it parity. The play on words is to put the exposure on par with the product or the insurance. But parity is essentially an IT project insurance cover that bridges that gap between what the real exposure is and how limited the IT vendor is able to cap it. So that's one example. We've come out with others. Our higher ed college and university clients came to us about concerns following the Japanese earthquake and the fact that they have a significant amount of international students that come to their U.S. universities, and they're actually able to make a lot more money and charge a much higher tuition for their international students than for the local U.S. students. And their concern was, after a natural catastrophe, what if the students couldn't actually come to attend? And they would lose a lot of money. So we came out with a product specifically for foreign natural catastrophe, resulting in lost income for a college or university is another example. And there are others. But the key is sitting down with customers, asking them, where they're, what keeps them up at night, and then being able to quickly respond to it. We really make a living off of, I'll call it incremental innovation, but it's innovation very focused on a industry and the needs of an industry. Now, sometimes you'll get lucky. That parity product that came from the healthcare industry, because it relates to IT spend, it has relevance to all industries. So any customer who's going to have a big IT spend is probably encountering this bargaining power challenge and probably will need this product. So that could be a really good one. That just came out. So many of the questions I get talk about migration from the standard market to the surplus lines market. And I remind people that a big driver of business into our market is because we have, a customization and a client-centric focus to meeting their needs, and that's part of innovation. But that's that ability to know that we can solve a client's problems is the other reason that business flows into the market. It's not only because a standard market can't do it. There's a significant part of our business that's very specialized and very customized.